Hello and welcome. My name's Jessica Rose. In this short video, I'm going to introduce you to the different solder block types for jewellery making. Let's have a little look at the different types of blocks you can use for soldering and your jewellery making. So to start with, you've got your basic solder sheet, which is this piece on the bottom. Really useful to have. It's a larger surface area and is just a nice base for your working. Then you have a solder block, a simple solder block that we use for doing our soldering on any sort of torch work. So that will be your basic setup. If you're working with pieces and you need a lot of heat, you might create yourself a furnace. So this is where you'll need two or three additional blocks that you build round and create a furnace, so that when the torch goes in there, it's actually going to keep a lot of the heat. So if I was working on a bangle or a box or something like that, I might use that. And of course you could just do a two-sided furnace and just work there as well. So that's kind of what we can do with the basic blocks. Then we also have a honeycomb block, which I love the honeycomb block. You can do loads with this. So it gives you a little bit more ventilation because we've got holes going through. So again, if you're working on pieces that are perhaps more delicate and you don't want to retain too much heat in the block, then the holes are really helpful. You can also stick wires through them. So if you're working on a piece with an ear wire, for example, and you need it facing upwards, you can do that. You can also use the block to create supports with your binding wire. So binding wire is like it's usually a steel wire that you can use to create support. So if you were creating a piece and you wanted to support it in some way with your binding wire, it can go into the honeycomb. So really useful for all sorts of things like creating claw settings, stone settings, stuff like that. Another fun little tool is this little turntable top. So really simple, but you can put any of the blocks onto it. And then if you want to push the solder around the piece, if my finger was the flame, you could actually move it round. Just be very careful obviously of the heat to make sure that you've got a block on top so it's protecting you. But you can actually get all the way round a piece like that. And then this is also a really useful bit of equipment, just a simple wire mesh. A lot of mistakes that jewelers make with their heating up of their pieces, they can't get the metal hot enough. So if you have a wire mesh, you can actually get the flame inside, outside. There's a lot more movement around. The heat doesn't get sunk into the block. So this is a really good way if you don't have a giant torch to be able to get more air conduction around your piece as well. And finally, the beloved charcoal brick. This is great if you want to retain a lot of the heat in the block. So it gets very hot, and it's great you can drill little holes in it to create granulation balls. And just if you need a lot of heat, then you might consider using that charcoal block as well. So there's not one way to do anything. You can use a mixture of all of these different tools and bits of equipment, but that's just a quick run through of some of the things that you can do with the basic jewellery making blocks for heat conduction. So have a play, enjoy, and best of luck with your jewellery making.